Hey,
What's up,
my
man?
guy?
What it do?
Great, great. Thank you for your time, bro. We really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah. So just to kind of give you a little bit of, background, kind of who we are, what we're doing. So we're called KloutMachine. And in a nutshell, we explain how valuable your name, image, and likeness is. So you can go to our website right now and you see what your KloutMachine score is. Everybody gets every single week. And this week, guess what you did?
What?
Top score, my man.
Top score on KloutMachine.
Top score.
Peace.
Yeah.
Anthony, I'll give you a little background of myself. I played, so I got recruited out of Florida as well, 352 area code as well, but I was in Lake County, Florida. But I played Ohio State, and then I played in the NFL for 6 years, played DB. My name is Chimney Chuckwood. So I kind of want to get started out, man, just asking you, given the fact that I saw you from Gainesville, correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Florida, I'm assuming you were a Gator fan growing up, but that's an assumption. Is that true?
Not really. I'm originally from Miami. I moved to Gainesville when I was 10. So I used to play NCAA a lot, and I was pretty much like a Miami and Oregon fan growing up. So then after a while, I was like, man, there's really no point in having a favorite team. We just love football. So I just love football, and I guess it depends on who's playing and who I'm rooting for.
So tell me a little bit about the KloutMachine Score breakdown, like some of the stuff that goes into it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, well, actually, we're going to send you the link right now so you can check it for yourself while we talk about it to you, right? But yeah, so just, go to the website. You see scores at the top and just go in there. So the way it works, what we look at, we do this objectively. So you don't have the highest score just because we like you and Chim got the same zip code. It's deeper than that. So we look at things like, of course, your performance, which I know you put up great numbers, bro, but we talking about like how many miles away from the stadium you live when you play that game. So, bro, you got 100 on one sector. We got the hometown score because in your community, right, all eyes was on you. So just so you know, if you do like any in-person appearances, any grand openings in Florida, bro, charge them. So you killed that part. And then the other aspects, right, we know like how many times your name was said in game by the announcer, right? Exactly. Yeah, no. And your social media, not just how many followers, but how it changed. And this allows businesses and other people to understand like the ROI they get from working with you, but then also all right, what piece is it that I can work on so that I can, of course, increase the value and play better? Because your performance matters for sure, but there's a lot of other things you can't control that also matter.
Yeah.
So
real quick, just to start asking you some questions, take me back to the game, right? So first game of the season, you know what I'm saying? You're going against a top 10 team to get started. And it's at home, right? So just take me through your mindset and preparation for the game, and just the confidence level going against a top 10 team and having this opportunity on the big stage.
It was definitely a lot going into it. My first career start was last year against Georgia, a great defense, so I felt like I was prepared for it, but it definitely brought me back to reality and showed me like how different it was to be the starting QB and prepare for a game, So this year I kind of took a different approach, just the way I study film, the amount of times I looked over the playbooks going into the week, the amount of times I talked to my coach, the amount of time I talked to my teammates about certain things. So I kind of took a different approach when it came to that. So also like being out there for sure for the second time in my career being a starter. I definitely had some nerves and I was very jittery. Nobody knows, but like the first few plays, I forgot a couple of motions. I missed a couple of reads, but my teammates, they helped me out. They made plays for me, so it kind of made it easier for us. But there was definitely a lot going on, and especially buying into the playbook and the system and stuff. Just getting comfortable with that, I feel like that boosted everyone's confidence as well.
Yeah.
And it's the professionalism, right? So this is one thing I like about, the way the game is evolved in college football. Because I played college football. I had my jersey being sold in the stores. I was an All-American and those things. But you realize early on, once you get that first start, that, you gotta carry yourself in a professional way, right? You talk about studying film, being able to, not only study the film, but when you get out there, actually perform and execute in the way you prepare. So it's dope that you talk about that. You had a question you want to ask?
Absolutely, yeah. So I was going to ask, when you talk about that playbook specifically and people buying in, clearly watching you guys this season, man, is very exciting. So I really, when I saw the game, one thing that was very apparent to me was that the head coaches and the OC, they're going to maximize your unique skill set, right? You guys are lining up trips a lot to the outside boundary, and it forces the other team in that sense they can't spy you if they man in. They can't dare play zone, right? They're going to get hit deep. So every defense coming in understands this. They're going to go like 5 wide, and the guy behind center, like he runs like a 4.40. So that last play on that 2-point conversion, right? When you twirled, bro, did you plan it? Like what? Walk us through that. What's in your head because that's the game right there, man.
All right, so it's crazy because like a few weeks ago, during fall camp, I actually did the same exact thing in practice. So like I don't know what made me do it in practice, but I just did it and it worked. Everybody was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" So like that was my first time ever doing it. I never thought I was gonna be able to do it again, especially not in a game. Like, and that's a big game too. So I was getting ready to throw the ball to the running back. He wasn't looking, so I'm like, I got to do something. So I just and it worked.
Man, it's crazy because you jumped, pump fake, spin, and then outran the guy and was able to throw the ball. I'm still trying to wrap my head around what actually happened. I still can't actually figure it out. So you saying it was just all instinct based on?
Yeah, it just happened. You know how sometimes you go outside with your family, you playing backyard football. It's just one of those moments. It's just trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
Man. And that's beautiful. It's instinctual. That's the kind of football you can't teach. And as part of that, the world saw that and they recognize. So I don't know if you pay a lot of attention, like other metrics and things happening in the season. I know you like to stay locked in, but just to let you know, Saturday night when your scores came out on KloutMachine, we saw that and we were like, all right, he balling.
Yeah.
Monday, guess what happened, man?
What's up?
Your odds of winning the Heisman moved the most out of any quarterback on Monday morning.
So,
right? Thank God.
So and KloutMachine called it first. I just want to put that out there. So going into, you guys got another big game. I think Kentucky, right?
Right.
All right. So, I'm a defensive player. So, obviously they're going to watch. They only got one game, right? I mean, they can go back to last year, but this year they only got one game to look at. And if, as a corner, what am I concerned about? Running. I'm concerned about you being able to extend the play, you jumping up, spinning around, me chasing the receiver around, right? The defensive coordinator is probably concerned about making sure they got spies and make sure they keep you contained. I guess when you go into another game after having a big game like this, and it's still kind of new, this is still you kind of figuring out, what is your approach? Understanding one, okay, I got to improve on the stuff that, you got to improve on. Whatever you didn't do right, you got to improve on that. But also understand you're going against a new defense, a new challenge, and they're going to be looking at that last game as well.
No, the way I try to go into, for once, staying grounded, because a lot of people can let the hype get to their head and all that. So I try not to buy into all that because little do people know I was making a lot of mistakes. And I feel like if I did, minimize those mistakes in that game, stuff probably could have been way better for myself and the team, So that's one factor. And then just taking it one game at a time. It's a new defense, new approach. So I got to study film. I got to learn the things they like to do. I got to learn their scheme, So just taking it one play at a time. Like, try not to think about last game too much because it was last game, So just try to improve and get better as the years go on.
Yeah. I like that, man, because it shows the professionalism, just understanding. No matter how good you play, no matter how much outside noise is out there, I could have did this. I could have made this read right here, and it probably would have changed the situation.
Yeah,
So and I would challenge you. You know what I'm saying? Being a former player, being someone who's been through a career and retired, to take that mindset every single day. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to improve every day, then you ain't have to worry about competing against anybody, because you compete against yourself every day.
Right.
And you maximize your potential. So I like that.
Word. And like you said, as part of that, man, clearly on the field, you move it. You are like, what you've shown already, the world is kind of on alert and they watching. Now, with NIL being new, when it comes to kind of off the field, if I could ask, do you have any, like when the season began, did you have any goals that you wrote down, like, oh, this is what I want to prioritize, either investments or like, kind of the same way I'm sure you guys probably got a goal, want to win the SEC, right? Want to do this. Do you have any personal ones you feel comfortable either sharing with us or just mentioning?
My goal is just to maximize everything. I didn't really have anything pinpointed. I just told myself I'm gonna focus on football and let everything else handle itself. Because if I'm playing well, then the deal's gonna come. If I'm playing bad, then the deal's gonna go away.
Right.
So I just gotta keep the main thing, which is football, and I just gotta focus on that and just let everything happen.
I love to hear that, man. That's a beautiful thing. Let me ask you about this too, real briefly. I'm sure you heard a lot of people talking about people transferring, what's happening with college football, everyone going everywhere. When you came and you committed to Florida, right? I'm sure you had a lot of people in your ear, look at all the quarterbacks in the room, everything. But like you made that decision and you stuck with it. Kind of let me ask you what was going through your mind, all the noise you were hearing, and why did you stay instead of move? I believe when we did the math, there's about 20 different starting quarterbacks who transferred that played week one, but you stayed where you committed to. Tell us more about that.
Just trust in the process. I think I learned that from high school. Because things, if you go back, check my high school football records, I probably won like 15 games the whole high school career. So things weren't so great for me. But talk to my mom, talk to my coaches, my friends, and we just stuck it out, trusted the process. And I feel like it's pretty much the same thing, because things went pretty well for me, although the record wasn't as good as I wanted it to be throughout my high school career. But I trust in God, trusted in the process, and things flowed pretty well for me. So, I'm just taking the same approach here and just let everything handle itself.
What is it like? Because I was a guy who went to high school in Florida, and I decided to leave the state. Right. What is it like being, balling in the place where you play high school ball at? Like, is there a lot of distractions, or is it easy to ignore those distractions? Or, what's the challenges, and then what's also the good part of it, the benefits? Because I'm sure there's a lot of good things as well.
It's a lot of pros and cons to it. I say some of the pros, you get a lot of support from the city. Just by growing up here, playing ball here, knowing people, you get a lot of support. I walk around, pretty much everybody knows me. I say what's up. I try to talk to everybody as much as I can. I try to go back to my old middle school because my little brother, he goes there now. I try to go back to the high school, just try to keep on connecting with people because they knew me before I was even on the stage I'm on right now. So I try to keep that the main thing. But some cons, it can definitely be a little distracting. Sometimes it can be hard, but I feel like me, myself, I have a good support system around me, and I have a good team to keep my mind focused, and try to limit those things as much as possible. But just growing up here and playing ball here, it's a blessing. I wouldn't want it any other way, and I'm thankful that I got the opportunity.
So that's what's up. And I like your attitude, man. And I would, you got the whole world in front of you, man. So keeping that same approach, being committed to the process, trusting the process, keeping the main thing, all the things that you said, you got the ability to do whatever you want to do. So that's what's up. And I'm just excited for the opportunity to be able to, you know, speak with you. And that, you know, you had a great performance, but this is just one of many for sure.
Exactly, man. We very, very excited. Like, thank you for this opportunity. But, you know, right quick, let's talk about the future just a little bit more, and let's have that conversation. And when I say that conversation, you know, you a black quarterback, right? And you've heard it all. You see what's playing out right now with contracts, and you've seen what's happening with Lamar. Your next game, the dude you're going up against, technically he's what you call, you know, stereotypically good quarterback, and he's allegedly slated he should be drafted higher than you, but right now you performing better than him. Does it ever, whenever you're playing and you're just executing, right, and when you look back, do you ever have those thoughts about, man, if I had scored this touchdown over the air as opposed to on the ground, it'd be better for me? Are you having any of those like thoughts or concerns when you see how it's playing out, how other people speak about quarterbacks who look like you? Or do you put that out of mind and you like, you know, we're going to deal with it when we get there?
You know, that's a great question. You know, I've thought about it sometimes before, but, you know, that's just how the world is. I can't think about that stuff too much because God blessed me with the ability to do what I do. So I just got to take advantage of it. I got to be thankful for the opportunity and the ability that I do have, you know. So me being able to run into the end zone 3 times opposed to throwing it in the air 3 times, hey, so be it. I mean, it's the same amount of points, you know. Some people might want me to throw it more because I am a quarterback, but hey, you know, the coaches have a certain system for me. Defense is giving me certain things, you know, so I just got to take advantage of it and keep playing ball. I try not to think about it too much.
Is there a quarterback that you look at, maybe a guy who came before you, is currently in the NFL or whatever, or you grew up watching, that you kind of think when you think about how I want to play or how I want to affect the game or what my skill set is like? Is there someone that you admire in that way?
Oh, definitely. Cam Newton. You know, if you ask anybody, they know Cam, my favorite quarterback.
Yeah.
Growing up, I used to always watch Cam Newton highlights before games. I used to sit at the house, sit on the couch, watch Cam Newton highlights. A few years ago, I started watching Lamar Jackson highlights. And this year, I started watching Josh Allen highlights. So just those guys, I feel like I try to mimic their games a lot because they're great quarterbacks. And Cam, like, I used to rock number 2 because of him.
Yeah.
Just I look up to that guy. It's like, a lot of people compare me to him, but you know, it's just watching him and trying to mimic his game. It's been great.
That's what's up. We'll wrap this up.
Sure.
The last thing I wanted to say, so my senior year, I remember turning the TV on. I was at Ohio State. We were about to play a game, and I was watching Cam Newton play. This is the first. I had no clue who Cam Newton was at this time. It's his first game. I think it was the first week. He balled out. So when I watched your highlights, because I didn't get to catch the game live, I watched your highlights. It gave me flashbacks. Because I'm gonna be honest, I mean I knew about you from last year, but I didn't know enough. Similar to like when Cam balled out, I didn't know enough. Right. And I watched the first game ball out, and I'm like, dang. And then after that, he took off. So, you know, I'm believing, hoping for the same thing for your career, man. And I appreciate this opportunity to speak with you.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. Same for the opportunity, Anthony. And one thing I will say is, man, you keep doing what you're doing, and I know stay focused, right? Focus on that. But given that you play in so close to where you grew up at, what you're doing on a national stage with NIL being you, absolutely, you know, keep your head down. But I'd say this, by Thanksgiving time, just look at your pockets a little bit. Look at the business side, because now you are the businessman. Like, you're not just, you are, you know, a walking corporation. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing, but truly you are, like, you may surpass your idol, bro. Yeah. You really might.
And the last thing I would say, man, you talked about going back to middle school, going, you know, speaking to people and doing that thing. Continue to be that influence in an area where, you know, a lot of people are going to look up to you and stuff. Continue to carry that and be that influence, man. That's part of the growth. That also helps you grow as well. not just the stuff on the field, all that stuff off the field as well. So,
Right.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for your time today,
appreciate
bro.
you, man.
For real. Stay blessed. And you got that KloutMachine link, but we got some other data about how well you performing. You let us know if you want like a special feed, because man, you a top like 1% player.
All right, man.
Man.
Appreciate you.
All right, bro. I appreciate y'all, man. Hopefully we could do it again.
Oh, I think we might. That's up to you, bro. For real. Ball out again. We'll always hit you.
I'm all for it.
All right, then.
For sure, man. All right, man. Thanks, bro.
Appreciate y'all.